The 100 book challenge continues. Just whipping, it seems as though I'm kind of whipping through books. These are the shorter ones. So today we're gonna talk about book number 10. We can only talk about it very briefly. I can't show you the inside. I will refer you back to the video for Druuna number 2. This is Druuna number 3. Just finished this morning. Like this is one of those, if you get it, you get it books. 100% not for kids. It says for adults on the back, and there's a reason for that. The artwork in here is so spectacularly good that it's just like, wow. Definitely adult content. In this book, though, we get to learn lots more about Druuna, who she actually is, and why she seems to be at the center of all of this weirdness. Otherwise, basically everything I'd say would be a spoiler. It's one of those kinds of stories where it seems to almost be like a random collection of events, but it's not. Okay, so loving this series. But you also know that I have been, because this was, Chris Voss was between Druuna number 2 and Druuna number 3. I'm putting other books in between that series. This is in the category of, let me put this down carefully on the floor, pardon me. This is in the category of comic book collections, graphic novels, or otherwise illustrated books. Okay, so next. I collected all 4 of these so far. Are there more? I should have checked before that to know for sure. But these are the illustrated H.P. Lovecraft stories. Am I going to be able to get the whole thing in there? Very large format books, right? Look at the size of this thing. The stories that obviously that I read, discovered Lovecraft when I was, I want to say, early in my high school career. So that was kind of like a ridiculously long time ago. This is a story that was written in and originally published in 1928. So there was a lot of dust on it before I ever got to it. Just fantastic. I am an unashamed Lovecraft fan of the writings of H.P. Lovecraft. Yeah, and in these editions, which were originally published in France from Free League, with a richly, ridiculously oversaturated with illustrations. Let's take a peek at one that might read on the camera. No, spoiler alert for me. I've already read the story, but I haven't seen the illustrations yet. Right? Lavishly illustrated editions with the appropriately dark tone to the story. So looking forward to rereading The Call of Cthulhu, which I haven't read again in ages and ages. But while experiencing the artwork of Francois Berenger. I'll show you real quick the other 3 that I have. Let's make sure that these are in order, yeah. At the Mountains of Madness, Volume 1. Oh, we're doing this without. And Volume 2. And the Dunwich Horror. Or is it the Dunwich Horror? I've always said Dunwich. Is it Dunwich? We don't know. So you'll be seeing these 2 as I kind of space these out between other things. The rest of the Druuna series. So that's what we're doing. The Call of Cthulhu, illustrated lavishly by Francois Berenger, for the next graphic book, right? So, hey, we're 10% of the way through this, everybody. We're doing it. We're doing it together. I also wanted to take, so that would have been the whole video, but I wanted to take today, I don't know what possessed me, but I started thinking, it seems like I'm whipping through these books, but they're the short books. And I'm not really whipping through the longer books. And I had to really start thinking about why. And I said after I finished the Shirley Jackson's Dark Tales that I was going to move Eclipse up to the sort of primary fiction, the primary fiction spot, whatever that means. Primary literature spot. And I liked it. I liked that it was starting out, but in reality, in the end, I just kind of kept forgetting that I was reading it. I hate that. I hate saying that in public. I don't know. I'm not going to get rid of this book. I feel like I might be in a different headspace for it. I don't know. It I need to kind of set this aside and move on in that slot with something that I'm going to be more engaged with and more excited to read. It's okay to TBR stuff. Or not TBR stuff. DNF stuff. It's okay to TBR stuff too. It's okay to DNF or do not finish stuff. It happens. Not all books are for all readers. Not all books are for all readers at all times. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that in regards to another one. But we're going to set aside Eclipse and replace that with the poetry of Margaret Atwood. Yes. This is Paper Boat. New and selected poems 1961 to 1961 to 2023. Signed by the author. I've read Margaret Atwood's fiction, obviously. It's time to read her poetry. I've had this sitting on, not even in, sort of placed into the shelf, but just sort of sitting there on its side, waiting for me to finish Dark Tales, and I was like, well, I'll finish Eclipse first, and then I was realizing that now like a couple weeks had gone by and I have not touched it, and so let's go the selected poetry of Margaret Atwood. Really very excited to read this. This one won't be forgotten. It won't be set aside. Okay, so let's go ahead actually and review everything that I'm reading right now, because why not, right? So we've talked about the primary literature book, switching over from Eclipse to the Margaret Atwood poems. The primary nonfiction book remains. The name of this band is REM. I talked a little bit already about the sort of weird nostalgic ennui that had me a little bit, in the beginning part of this book. I'm still reading it. I'm still digging it. This will be finished. REM. Honestly, what am I doing? This one's going to kind of, has already been, I've been reading it again. I've been moving this up the stack again. The name of this band is REM. That remains true. So then the next book on the list, I have my primary literature book, which again is going to be the poetry of Margaret Atwood. Primary nonfiction book. The name of this band is REM. And then I pick a book from my giant, which I'm pointing over here because you can't see it. It's over here, but you've seen it in other videos. The giant stack of books, the random paperbacks. So the random paperback that I have been reading for what feels like quite some time is this skinny but very densely packed The Solarians by Norman Spinrad, with an unassailably boss cover. I gotta say goodbye to this one too. It's not so much as with Eclipse that I was kind of forgetting that I was reading it. Like, it just kind of wasn't getting there for me. It wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, I would rather read the Margaret Atwood book than that kind of thing. This is straight up military science fiction, which I have honestly really never been a fan of. And to me, this feels like, and I feel like I'm completely maybe misrepresenting the book, I don't know. But the feeling that I was getting was that this is essentially two different flavors of conservatives trying to work together to destroy the evil aliens. And it was really that unsubtle. I don't know. I mean, I've read Spinrad before. I feel like I only got a little ways in. I took the bookmark out. I can't with, I don't know, right? And again, I know I'm being unfair to this because I haven't even read the whole thing. I don't want to. I don't want to. In 2025, I don't want to. And I'm a free person, so I'm deciding not to. The Solarians by Norman Spinrad, I don't know. I mean, tell me in the comments if I'm being unfair. If you've read it, if you haven't read it, then I don't know what to tell you. I just there's another 420 or something random books in there. Maybe the next one will get to me. Yes. Okay, y'all know the drill here. I'm on the floor in front of the giant stack of random books. It's time to pick a new random book to replace the Solarians. All right, so first we determine the stack, right? And there's 10 stacks. So which stack are we going to be drawing from? We are going to be drawing from stack number 4. That's kind of a pain. We're going to have to really do some construction to get to there. So if we roll 1 through 5, we are going from the top down. We are counting from the top down, and then book number 18. Book number 18 in stack 4, counting from the top down. Let's go. Oh boy, this is going to be hard. Okay, so this is stack number 4 right here, and we're counting from the top down, going to number 18. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Is it even remotely possible for me to get this out of here, especially with only one hand? Oh, I'm doing it. I can do it. I can do anything. I'm a miracle. What do we got here? Please don't be military SF. This is Pilgrimage to Earth by, Robert Sheckley. Okay, I'm a Robert Sheckley fan. I've read a few of his books before. I'm excited. We are going to read Pilgrimage to Earth by Robert Sheckley. Yay! Please don't be guys versus aliens who are versing only because they're aliens. Okay, so then next on the reading list is the long read, and I've already read the first 4 books of the New Sun series, the Book of the New Sun by Gene Wolfe, and this is the 5th volume here, Earth of the New Sun. These I read slowly kind of on purpose because it's just I'm luxuriating in how good this is. I have that much to go. This is actually going to be kind of the priority book because this is pure love. There's no DNFing this. I mean, could you get this far, this far, this close to the peak of Mount Everest and then go, meh, right? Especially, I'm actually loving it. So I will finish The Earth of the New Sun. And then, I don't know what I talk about in that video, right? Just, hey, don't wait as long as I did to read that. Next up, then, would be the series book, which in rotation came up as the Ace Double. I finished Mr. Justice by Doris Pasertia. Ooh, you're going to want to see the video for that one. She is phenomenal. Where has she been all my life? Or really, where have I been all her life? Wow. Doris Pasertia. Wow. Okay. So I have yet to get started on Hierarchies by John T. Philippant. I'm a little worried. It's got the fun little doggy guy on the cover, but is that going to stand up to Mr. Justice, which was a spectacularly good book? Wow. I'll just go ahead right away and say, find this, if not in Ace Double form. I don't know if it was ever published in any other way. Absolutely magnificently great, tough, hard, right? Like trigger warning kind of stuff. You will be surprised. It's got a real edge to it. The writing is outstanding. Okay? Hey, and speaking of writing, the book, the sort of extra book, the book that hangs off the side of the end of the list here, but in by no means ghettoized, is Writing Past Dark by Bonnie Friedman. This is our Fantasy Authors Handbook Goodreads group read for May of 2025. I only kind of just got started in it. I've gleaned some wisdom from this one, and it feels like there is yet more wisdom to be gleaned, and there is still time. I'm recording this on the 14th of May of 2025. There is still time to grab a copy of this from somewhere and dive into that group. And if you aren't actually a member of the Fantasy Authors Handbook Goodreads group, the hell are you waiting for? Okay, so that's where we are. That's what we're reading. Mid-May of 2025 really felt like a refresh. Just one book that I liked, and I like the idea of it, but I don't know. It just, right? And then the Solarians that I don't know. I feel like I was judging that maybe more harshly than I should have. I don't know. But is it okay to just not be a fan of military SF? I will see you soon. Thank you. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Everything is free. There's no Patreon. There's no membership. I'll talk to you again soon. Thank you for watching.